on a Monday is 2009. Okay, so 2005 to 2009 would be 4 years. And when 2009 approaches, those who sign up in or decides to do the program will begin on April the 6th, as I did in 1998. So that's the whole reason of 2005 being the last year to begin the program. Okay, so Aziluth, emanations, which is emanations, I also refer to this phase or time period or world as egg. And below that is dawn or spring. So the 4 vibrations does not only figure out into the 4 seasons as written here, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, but it also figures out into the 4 time periods of the day: dawn, noon, dusk, and night. It also figures out into the 4 phases or the 4 stages of creation: egg, larva, cocoon, and butterfly. Egg being the initial idea, and butterfly being the manifestation or action of that idea. Okay, so and with each of these worlds I have given a scripture. So you can go ahead and do that on your own if you want. Matthew chapter 6 verses 9 to 13 is Aziluth, or the world of emanations. Matthew chapter 11 verses 28 to 30 is the world of creation, or Braya. John chapter 14 verses 11 to 14 is the world of formation, or Yitzida. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 and Isaiah chapter 65 verse 25 for the world of action, manifestation, or Asaya. Okay, I have given 2 scriptures to the world of Asaya simply because there you can figure out one or the other happening. Hosea 4:6 refers to disobedience and the effects of disobedience. If you disobey, this is what's going to happen. In other words, if you refuse to obtain knowledge, for example, and that's what Hosea 4:6 talks about. It talks about knowledge, and a person cannot be happy if they don't know how to create this happiness. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 25 figures in for those people who have followed the Spirit and walked in the path of love and the spiritual path. Okay, that's the 4 worlds, and this is the proposal for the 4-year program. Okay, now we move on to another diagram, which is the Hebrew Kabbalah, and this diagram is all Hebrew words, and each word has a meaning. There are 10 sephiras, according to what we discussed earlier, and 22 connections to each of these sephiras. Each of these, the connections are 22, and interestingly enough, there are 22 Hebrew alphabets. In one of the books that I read, it talked about 22 symbols in a certain Egyptian temple. And it talked also of these symbols being more Jewish and Greek, or Hebrew and Greek, rather than Egyptian. Considering that the Bible was written in Hebrew, I wouldn't, I don't find that too difficult to believe, that these symbols were more Hebraic than Egyptian. Okay, so that's the Hebrew Kabbalah. The next diagram is the chakras. The chakras can be also connected with the tree of life, as shown here. The crown chakra, the brow, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the bowel, the perineum. The crown, the brow, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the bowel, and the perineum. The space between the anus and the genital. Okay. The crown can be is figured out to be Keter. The brow, Hokmah and Bina. Hokmah and Bina. The throat, Hesed and Geburah. The heart, Tiferet. And solar plexus, Neza and Hod. And the bowel, Yesod. And the perineum, Malkut. Okay, now the 4-year program I say can also be figured out in 4 or equated, you might say, with the 4 Hebrew alphabets: Yod, He, Vav, He, or Yahweh. Yod, Aziluth, He, Braya, Vav, Yetzirah, and He, Asaya. Okay, and that, as we discussed earlier, was the name of God. I'd like to say, before I present to you in detail the 4-year program, I'd like to say that the objective of the 4-year program is to understand yourself. And when you understand yourself, you understand your fears. And when you understand your fears, you no longer carry them. So that's the objective of the 4-year program. And I'd like to present, before we get in depth into the details of the 4-year program, I'd like to present this this diagram to you. Here we have a circle with 4 letters. The top letter is T. The letter to the right is A, and the letter at the bottom of the circle is R, and the letter to the left is O. Okay, now we can look at that one way